Okay, I usually don't like to talk about YouTube drama in any shape or form, but as someone who's a big fan of H3H3 Productions, this is something that I kind of felt that I needed to talk about.
So after several months, there was finally new content uploaded on H3H3's original channel, and it was nothing more than just an ad for some app game. Now, honestly, I have no problem with them making any type of gaming content.
A few years back, they had that Payday mod made, but this game looks like it's for a much younger audience. One who's probably not patient enough to just beat the game on its own and just rely on microtransactions, just saying.
And with this new odd direction, a lot of speculation began to form in the fan base regarding the fate of H3's channel.
A lot of people are saying that this is kind of the end of H3H3, that this is going to be just the nail in their coffin. And I'm not entirely sure about that, but at the same time, I don't really disagree. From what I heard about the podcast, it hasn't really been doing as well as it has when they first started it. The conversations and the people they have on there apparently aren't as interesting as they once were. And there's also the issue with Ethan kind of just running his mouth about stuff that he doesn't really know about or hasn't really done a lot of research on. A good example of this would be in one of his recent podcasts. He talked about an 87-year-old woman who was tased while cutting dandelions at a Boys and Girls Center.
Ethan then went on a massive rant about the military and law enforcement and how they're just overpaid bullies who are paid to shoot to kill.
Say this, okay? I respect police officers. I respect the job. I respect what they do.
But
I have a lot of buts. First of all, you signed up for a dangerous job and you're well compensated. Nobody asked you or forced you to sign up to be a cop because the police training in the United States is basically, if you are in any risk, shoot to kill.
Now, Ethan has a right to an opinion. No one's arguing against that. Just seems like he's not really thinking what he's saying through.
Yes, you're a police officer and you're going to be put into these dangerous situations, but you still have a right to defend yourself. Was tasing a unnecessary force? Kind of, but think about this. If they would have used other means of subduing her, they could have easily injured her as well. She was 87 years old. I don't think her body would have been able to handle that much physical exertion.
Being in the military doesn't make you a hero by default.
And yeah, that's a good point. Just because you served doesn't, change who you are. You can still be a scumbag. But I guess 50-70% of the times I think that there is some respect that should be given for putting your life down on the line for really very little. Like, if you realized how bad veterans are treated in VA clinics, you would understand why this whole statement from Ethan really upsets me, since I had people in my immediate family deal with this kind of nonsense. I don't agree with a lot of the military policies in this country. Military industrial complex, policing the world. Yeah, I played Deus Ex, I played Metal Gear Solid, I get it. But I'll leave my insults towards the actual policymakers rather than people who have to deal with this nonsense on a daily basis of just being told that they're worse than ISIS. All that other phony rebellion that is popular nowadays with kids. I have no right to act like I'm some sort of moral gatekeeper or paragon of righteousness when I'm just some idiot who makes poorly edited videos. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's a social justice warrior now. Oh, look what he's doing. And I don't really think that's the case. I think he just doesn't really think with his head. He thinks with his heart. He kind of just jumps the gun and says whatever. He did this with the whole Tommy and C and Leafy is here drama. And he did this with the whole PewDiePie saying the N-word drama. I feel like he doesn't really think what he's saying. He just kind of says it. And this is something that I've had a problem with for a long time, so I can't really judge him too harshly on it. Now, in the past, he was able to skirt by and do this without much trouble, but now that he's not really uploading as much of his original content and is instead now just completely relying on his podcast, I think we're going to see more of just Ethan putting his foot in his mouth. And a lot of people are going to get fed up with it and just unsubscribe. I really hope that isn't going to be the case, but from here on out, who knows?
But will we ever see a return to form for Ethan and Hila? Well, due to the adpocalypse happening a few years ago, which kind of crippled a lot of the more risque content on YouTube, as well as dealing with the Bold Guy lawsuit, I just don't think it would be very profitable for them to dip back into their old reaction content. And so the sun sets on another popular YouTuber. The Fupa King is dead. Long live Vape Nation. If you enjoyed the vid, leave a like and a comment. Or tell me how much of a fraud I am, that's fine too. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.